Well, you know what? So we could tie it into Biden's State of Delusion
Yeah,
speech he gave.
exactly.
How the reality of what's really happening. Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Texas Tough Chicks. I'm Gwen and this is Viv, and we're glad you're here. If it's your first time, welcome. If you're coming back for your poison, we're glad to have you back. And we got a lot to cover today. Viv, why don't you take it
Oh, we
away?
just wanted to do a little shout out to a couple of our subscribers, people that have been following us. One, Crazy Wicked Custom
Oh, yes.
7272, been following us for a little while now. We really
Hey,
appreciate the
Crazy Wicked.
comments.
We love you.
So we love you. And then a new one, a new follower, Modern Primitive 8747.
Oh my gosh, did you read
Really,
some of his comments?
oh,
Smart
whoever,
guy.
yeah,
Well, guy or
smart,
gal or
whoever,
whatever they are.
yeah, whoever they are. We
Mhm.
really appreciate your input. So just wanted to say thanks to
And
you two
did we have it seemed like we
giving.
had someone else that was kind of like seemed like more of an expert. I kind of felt like, oh, ooh, we should maybe think about talking to this person.
Right, right.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
We'll have
did
to
we
look back through it because there was another one, some Life on the Blue, maybe. I don't remember. I'll have to look it
Oh,
up
okay.
again.
Oh, yeah,
But
something about the
those
blue.
two,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So
So,
anyway,
hey, thank you so much for chiming in. Hey, and thanks for the negative comments. Those really help
yeah,
us out, and we appreciate. We live in America. We can all have our own opinions, and
that's
as long
right.
as it doesn't get too ugly, let's get our debates. And
Have
if you think
conversations.
you're
That's
hurting
what this
us,
is
you're
all
so
about.
wrong. I mean, we're Texans, so we don't. That doesn't bother us at all.
Mm-mm.
Just,
No, no,
may
no.
annoy us a little bit, but we usually
Yeah,
get over it like in 2 seconds. So
that's right. In reference to the recent State of Delusion
Oh my
speech
gosh,
that
yeah,
Biden
right?
gave, there's so many things. There were 30 points on that were totally just bald-faced lies. But a couple of things that have run across our radar lately was the trillions of dollars and
Oh,
millions of dollars being
yes.
spent. Right now, it's 53 million in prepaid cards to the illegals, and that figures out to
Unbelievable.
$12.52 in prepaid cards, and it's per day per illegal. Whereas people in our country on SNAP, it's like $7.59 per day. So right there,
Yeah.
they're $5 a day to an illegal more than a American citizen who's in need's getting.
Well, and that goes along with what I just heard on the radio. There was, I don't know if it was today, but someone was in front of Congress answering their questions, and it was about, do you believe that that someone should have a proof of citizenship to vote? And some of the flipping unbelievable, I mean, I wouldn't want to say idiots because you know what? They're not idiots. They
Not
know
idiots. They've
exactly
got
what they're
to.
doing. They're just trying to present this false narrative. One of them said, well, they wouldn't answer the question, of course. And they said something to the effect that, well, you know, that presents as a real detriment and real, what do you call it, bias, you know, towards people. I'm like, well, what citizen has a difficulty getting proof of citizenship? So you
No.
need a driver's license to see your doctor.
Right,
You need a
right.
driver's license to get into the White House on a tour.
Oh yeah. You have to have a what do you not have to have? You know,
So it's ridiculous. So really the reality is what they really need to start asking them is, do you believe that a non-citizen should have the right to vote? And is that why you support an open border? Because that's
right,
really the reality
right.
of that conversation. And
Mm-hmm.
then once they get in, should they, without any proof of citizenship, then should they be given more than an American citizen to
Mm-mm.
survive
No.
and not pay any taxes? There's been so much discussion about, oh, he was so much more lively. Well, yeah, because the bar was lowered so low that if he
Right.
even just stayed awake during the speech, we
Mm-hmm.
were impressed with that. But if
Right.
you watch it, which unfortunately I've had to watch it over and over again,
Mm-hmm.
he makes still so many mistakes. Even,
He
I mean,
does.
come on, he said illegal.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, but
He
then he
wasn't
walked
supposed to
that
say
back.
that, right? So
Right.
now he apologized. What are they legal? Are they legal then? He apologized for calling them illegal. They're legal?
No.
Wow, I didn't
Well,
know they were
no, they're
legal.
no, they're undocumented, which
And
still means
okay,
they're
so the
illegal.
gentleman who
Eh,
killed Lakin,
right.
the gentleman, he was a legal resident of the United States? He was legally here? So
No,
no, if he
no.
wasn't legally here, he was illegal.
Illegal. Yes.
Sorry, I'm
Yes.
so done with this crap.
I am
I mean,
too.
today that Biden signed a waiver again to release funds. I think it's 10 billion. I haven't verified that yet, but 10 billion to Iran.
Iran. Oh, Lord.
Okay, how many Americans could use that money instead? But
Mhm,
instead, you
mhm.
give it to a country who literally says they hate us,
Right.
who
And wants to,
literally is developing a nuclear weapon.
yeah.
What
Lose
is
my ears here.
wrong? I mean, I don't, okay, it's a rhetorical question, sorry. There's a lot wrong with this president. We were talking about this, about the rule of 50, the rule of
Yes.
50 trillion.
Mhm,
Don't know
mhm.
where that originated, but I will have to do some more research on that. But we just heard that.
Right,
And the rule of 50 trillion in debt
right.
is a point where it's kind of a line where there is no way to recover from that.
Mm-mm,
You know
mm-mm.
how close we are to that?
Yep. I looked it up today. Actually, you can go online and look at the debt clock. Of course, the numbers are
Oh
just spinning
gosh,
and spinning.
it's sickening.
And right now we are at 34 plus trillion.
Oh,
And it's which the debt per citizen, not including all the illegals are here, the debt for each citizen is $102,602. And Biden wants to add 7.3 trillion to the budget for 2025.
okay, so that gets us to 40. Oh, awesome. So we're going to be
Mhm.
super close to the 50 of no return. We are
Right.
not. So here's the thing. There's not going to be a survival of our country if he's
No,
allowed 4 more years. Because not only
no.
is will he even be alive? Who knows? I mean, I don't know if he'll be alive, but mentally, he's going to be checked out. Okay.
Right.
But
Yeah,
not only
yeah.
that, but he will be like a lame duck where he has no idea or any ambition to be
Mm-mm,
reelected because he can't,
mm-mm.
not as president. What is he going to go for? A vice president? No. And senator, he's been there, done that
Right,
forever,
right, right,
right?
right, right.
So we get
So,
4 years of him, I mean, on full speed ahead, destroying our
right.
country. No,
Mhm.
thank
Now,
you. You know what? Bidenomics is his. You know what?
mhm,
He gets to
mhm.
own it. And I
Yes.
want him to own this because this is Bidenomics. Let me tell you what Bidenomics is. An increase of 21% on our groceries,
Mhm.
an
Yes.
increase of 30% for our baby food. Well, okay,
Mhm.
we don't have options on that one.
Nope.
20% on our rent of an increase of 28% in our electricity, and a grid that can't handle what we have now. And
Right,
they're trying to push electric vehicles on us.
right, right.
Okay. Natural gas up 30%, used cars up 20%. And
Mhm.
so really the bottom line, what it comes to overall, the net income of American citizens is down 12%. But
Yes.
the prices of goods across the board
Mhm.
overall up 18%. Biden, you own it.
Right,
Good job
right,
with that Bidenomics. That's
right, right.
awesome. And
Mm-mm.
if you vote for him, you must hate America. You must
Right,
hate America.
right, right. And not give a crap about the future of your family and your descendants because it's gonna get ugly,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
ugly.
Oh,
Yeah.
and he also gets off with the having the classified documents. Yeah, no problem there.
Oh, yeah.
No problem there. I mean, and the
Her,
Her,
is it her? Is
Robert
it the
Hur,
council,
like
the
Ben
special
Hur.
counsel, her, H-U-R?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I have a feeling watching a little bit of that. I have a feeling that he has a conviction that what's happening is wrong because when he was asked, so that's a lie that Biden said he didn't know about it. And he finally just said yes, you know. But you can tell when he's pushed up against the wall, hey, listen, Biden has weaponized our government against its
Right,
citizens, not against
right,
illegals,
right,
but
right,
against its
right.
own citizens. So
Mhm.
you have to watch your back. I'm sure he's watching his back right now.
Well, but they never say the fact that he's not supposed to have had those documents at all. He was not
Right.
president. He did not have the presidential privilege to have those
And in that
documents.
hearing, they kept saying private citizen, because at the time he was a private citizen,
But
doesn't matter.
he
Does
he
not matter at all.
But yet they've gone after Trump about documents when he
Former
had a
president who has the
legal
right.
right to have them. So we've just this double standard, you know, two-tier justice system is just horrific.
It's
Horrific.
disgusting. And
It is.
talk about despicable. The TikTok, TikTok.
Yeah. Yep.
The TikTok bill,
Mhm.
just found out today that it contains a nice little morsel, which I was
Mhm.
wondering why the Democrats are all over this. They're like, oh, yes, yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes. But I guess gives the president a right to ban internet sites.
Mhm. Yeah. So it really
Why?
wasn't about so it really
Yeah,
wasn't
wasn't
about
about TikTok.
China.
No, China's his best buddy. You
Yep.
know, they hung out like they're
Mhm.
they're
Mhm.
buds. You know, they're brothers.
Yep. Yep.
So
The
this
whole
really
tick.
has nothing to do. They knew how to slip that in. That's why the Democrats are all like, "Oh yeah, this is
Mhm.
great.
Mhm.
This is great." If it was really about TikTok, it would just only be about TikTok.
One other topic that's something that's been on people's mind as of this past weekend was the daylight savings time
Oh
thing.
my
I
gosh.
still don't
Yeah.
understand. I actually looked it up and said, why do we do this? This goes
Farming,
all the
isn't
way
it?
back. It goes back to actually World War One,
Oh,
and it had to do with energy conservation and a desire to match daylight when most people were awake.
oh,
It had
what?
nothing to. I mean, yeah.
I always thought
And
it was farming.
well, they
I always
tried
thought
to
it was,
say
keeping animals
no,
and keeping
no.
crops.
Farmers don't give a crap about a clock. I
Right,
mean, it's like
right.
the
It's
the,
sun
the
up,
sun come right,
sundown.
sundown,
Yep.
right. No, this
Yeah.
was and it was started, they did it in Austria and Germany in World War One, and then April of 1916, I guess they did it to conserve electricity for the war effort.
Mm.
It came to America briefly as, you know, like part of the war effort, but it was in 1942, FDR reinstated it. It was some states continued after that and some didn't. But in 1966 was when the Congress passed the Uniform Time Act, and it was to, like I said, to conserve energy and all this other stuff. Hawaii
Texas
and
Tough
Arizona
Award to Arizona
and Hawaii
and
apparently
Hawaii.
yes.
Texas Tough Award to them for
And
not
I'm so
caving
glad.
into that baloney.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's totally ridiculous now because they say that the savings, any kind of energy savings, is totally negligible,
Oh, yeah.
and that it actually in hot climates that if people are awake, if it's daylight and they're up, they're actually spending more on electricity to run their air conditioners. So it doesn't make any sense at all, and I don't know why we
Like
keep
electric
doing it.
cars, you mean? Like electric cars?
Oh yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
makes
So,
no sense.
but again,
Absolutely makes zero sense.
and no matter what, it's kind of like, okay, people nowadays, if you look between 1960, when there's no iPhones and computers and all this
Yep.
other stuff that uses all this energy, people went to bed earlier. You know, like
Yep.
when I was a
Exactly.
kid at 10 o'clock, the TV
Yep.
stations went
Viv and I have known each other forever. We've been involved in, media stuff, and we've done a lot of appearances and stuff like that. And so we know how this all works, and we're
on.
pretty comfortable with it. So we just thought we would take the opportunity to get some more voices out there of
Hmm.
just common sense. This common people,
Right,
common
right,
sense.
right.
I have watched our numbers go
Hmm.
start to rise up, and we'll have our like in an hour, like all of a sudden
Hmm.
we're just gaining momentum, and
Hmm.
then it goes to zero.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's
Well,
impossible.
right,
So what
right,
the hell is going on? We're getting things posted against our YouTube. So we have a Rumble. We have a Rumble channel.
right.
So go there. I know not a lot of people are on there, but it's very simple. It's free. You can
Right.
go there. Texas Tough Chicks, we're on there. We
Yep.
post exactly the same stuff. And so if anytime we get deleted off of here, whatever they call it, suspended or whatever their
Yep. Yep.
crap
Shut
is.
down, canceled, censored,
We're using
whatever it
YouTube
is.
because it's easy. So, where are we going? Where are we heading? We're heading down a very, very bad tunnel with no light
Hmm.
at the end if we don't get someone different in there.
Hmm. Hmm.
And if people can't get tough, if we just have a country full of people who won't say anything, won't do anything, won't vote,
Or just run
we're
around
gonna
crying like
run
chickens with
into
their
that.
heads
We're
cut
gonna run
off.
into that
Yeah.
train. We're gonna run into that tornado, and it's gonna be
Mhm.
devastating. We'll be able to pick
Mhm.
up those pieces. I mean, it's so important.
Mhm.
We're Texas Tough. We want everyone to be Texas Tough because, and what we mean by that is not intimidated by our government, not not going and making problems and being violent because Texans are super polite.
Right.
There's definitely something about the Texas culture that is very polite and,
Just
you
saying,
know,
yeah, just
rapid.
saying no when you know that something is
Mhm,
wrong.
mhm.
And just standing up and saying, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
I know it's wrong. I know it goes against my faith. It goes against the American Constitution, and
exactly.
I will not do it.
Right. Not gonna do it.
Mm-mm.
And so we're glad you're here, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for being here with us.
Take care.
So Gwen, I'm okay.
You're Gwen.
Okay, I'll just start right there. 3, 2, 1.